Good evening. Let me just ask you a quick question. Are you ready for a new governor? Yes, me too. And I am so excited to be here. I drove 3 hours to be here because I want you to know how important it is. The single most important thing that we can do to protect election integrity in Virginia is to get Glenn Youngkin elected as our next governor. Because what happens is that we have 3 state board of elections board members, right? At the top of the ticket. And right now, because we have a Democratic governor, 2 of those are Democrats and 1 is a Republican. So I am really looking forward to sweeping the House and winning an entire Republican House ticket. So remember to get out and vote. But also, I'm looking forward to getting Glenn Youngkin, Winsome Sears, and Jason Mayeres elected the head of our statewide ticket. You know, there's so much that I want to say tonight, but I thought I would tell you a couple stories about what it's like to run across the state. And I see Brenda over there. Good to see you, Miss Brenda. You know, it is so important. One of the things that I love about Glenn is that he's from Bon Air. He is from Bon Air, Virginia, which is the same place where I grew up. And he's 2 years older than I am. His birthday is December 9th, and my birthday is December 1st. And what you will find as we ran for governor, a lot of times, you know, we were kind of stuck on the end together. We were kind of considered the gubernatorial outsiders. You know, I'm trumping heels and, you know, he's Glenn Youngkin, new to the scene or whatever. And so as they stuck us over on the side, Glenn and I had a lot of opportunities to talk and have conversations about growing up in Bon Air. And let me just begin by saying I am so glad that we have a homegrown Virginian who is running for governor here in Virginia. You know, I'm so thankful for you who came from the north and came from the south to Virginia. But I really like it that we have a homegrown Virginian running to be our next governor, because Glenn Youngkin is going to care about our kids, our businesses, our livelihoods, our police. He's pro-God. He's pro-country. He's pro-gun. He is. And y'all know me. I am not politically correct. And I will tell you exactly what I'm thinking. And you know this, and it has a lot of people worried. But I love Glenn Youngkin. Glenn Youngkin is the real deal. He is humble. How many of you actually had a chance to have a real conversation with Glenn Youngkin? We're going to correct that tonight. You guys are going to really enjoy getting to know Glenn Youngkin. I've had many conversations with Glenn. You know, we probably did 3 or 4 gubernatorial debates a week. And I always got to sit next to Glenn. And so we've talked about all these issues, but let me just tell you something about Glenn that I love the most, is his humility. His humility. He is a godly, God-fearing man. And that's important to me, because I want the person who is in leadership over our Virginia to fear God more than he fears man. That's so important to me. I want him to hear from the Lord above when he's making those decisions. You know, let's just talk about a couple things. First of all, I want to thank my good friend, Senator Stanley, for introducing me today. He is an amazing state senator who does a fantastic job for you all in the General Assembly. And if the truth be known, I will only stay in the Virginia Senate as long as Senator Stanley is there, because he keeps me laughing. He has the best sense of humor. And in fact, one time I was actually asked, I was invited by the press corps to speak at their annual dinner. And I was actually asked to deliver the roast. Now, Senator Stanley is a lot funnier than I am. And so I threw up my speech on a Google Doc. And I had all my Senate brothers helping me to write my roast to speak at this press conference. And let's just say it was probably one of the best speeches I'd never wrote. It was fantastic, and it was funny as hell because I didn't write it. It was fun toasting all the Democrats and the Republicans that were there. But let me just tell you something about Glenn Youngkin. What I love about Glenn is his sincerity. I love it that no matter who he's talking to, whether he's talking to a child who is in school, whether he's talking to an elderly person. We don't have any elderly people here, but I hear there are some. He is very sincere. He looks you in the eyes. He's sincere. And friends, I know that what we saw at that debate was brilliant. How many of you saw both of Glenn's debates? Did he do a good job? Now let me just tell you something. The whole goal of those debates is not to give any ammunition to the Democrats to use against you from now to the end of the race, because that's where they get us. That's where they get us every time. And Glenn Youngkin did not give the Democrats anything to beat us over the head with. And I know where he stands on the issues, or I wouldn't be here today. And you know where he stands on those issues. But he's smart, and he's calculated, and he is going to win, and he's going to take us over the edge. And for the first time in 10 years since Governor McDonnell, we are going to win big this November. So help us God. He's going to fully fund our law enforcement, not defund the police. He's talking about getting rid of the grocery tax to help everyday average people who are struggling. He's talking about putting a hold on the gasoline tax. You know, that helps everyday average families. But you know what I love the most? I said, Glenn, I really have no agenda here other than I want to be able to legally carry my firearm and be able to protect myself wherever I go in Virginia. If you can make that happen, I will campaign with you from now to the end of this race. Everywhere you go, I'll be there. Because I want to tell my supporters, we have to, every last one of you, no one can stay at home. Everybody has to get out. Don't you dare write my name in. Please. We got a message on the voicemail, about 300 of them, people saying they were going to write my name in on the governor's race. I said, don't you dare do that. We have to come together. The convention is over. We have to come together as a team, and that's what Glenn is doing. Whether you're for Trump and heels, no matter who your candidate was, whether you're a Rhino, whether you're a business person, whether you're a Trump person, no matter what you are, if you're an American, you're going to vote for Glenn Youngkin.